Greetings, everyone. Arena Cube Sealed is up on Magic the Gathering Arena, and we are so excited to ignore it. Yes, we're going to ignore it. The prize support here sucks. 3,000 gold, 600 gems to get to a spot where if you maximum win, you get what you entered back, plus some random cards. I mean, I love Cube Wizards of the Coast, but I don't love it that much because I got wild cards. So there's a couple currencies you can use to play Cube on Magic the Gathering Arena right now. One of them is gems, another one is gold, but another one is wild cards. You can use wild cards to draft Cube on Arena right now. Well, not to draft it. To draft it, you have to go to a third-party website that you'll see in a moment. But there are third-party tools where you can draft offline, bring your decks onto Arena, and then battle them out on Arena. And the only problem is if you don't own the cards, you need to craft them, and that's where the wild cards come in. So we are going to be protesting and abstaining from this low-value Arena Cube Sealed, and we're going to be doing our own sealed fund this week using the third-party website. I'll post it. It's Heroku app. But basically, it's something you gotta look in the notes. The website's in the notes, and then we're gonna battle it out on stream. It's gonna be lots of fun. But we don't need this. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go to this other view here, and I'm going to show you the website we're gonna use today. So this is let me give you the. I'll call it out now that I can read it. mtgadraft.hero.com. That's what you want to go to. So no problem. Looks like we've got our crew here. Here we'll do a ready check. This is one of the things you can do. So I'm checking to make sure everybody's ready, and you can use this little more button here to load your custom cube. So I exported a cube from a website where the designer had stored the list and imported it here, and now we're ready to draft it. And so this is a common, uncommon cube. There's no rares, no mythics, but it's all stuff that's available on MTG Arena. So let's start the draft and see how it goes. What looks powerful to us? When I think common, uncommon, I like the low-down aggro strategies a little more, since the availability of sweepers tends to be minimized. And so without sweepers, I like looking at even, I did a low pick clocking, and I got to remember to increase my pick counter. I'm going to go crazy out here. I kind of like this Night Veil Sprite. It's a powerful card, and it's the only blue card here. Maybe we can cut some blue. What else? I like Ral's Outburst, and I like Shock. I like Tactician. I like Llanowar Elves. We could also just take Llanowar Elves and go for one of the this is a reasonably powerful like vintage cube pick, so you can definitely argue for Llanowar Elves, but I like taking the only blue card in the pack that's a very good one. Let's see what happens if we just try and cut blue a little bit. No, I have chat over to the right. It's hard for me to read chat and focus on the picks at the same time, but like that makes me like Terramander goes with that, like a cheap flyer. I don't know. I assume that the white blue flyer pumper is in here, so maybe that's a place we can head. I don't want to marry my first pick, but at the same time, my first pick had the plan of kind of like cutting blue. And there's some generically good. You can take Flux Channeler. That's an interesting build around. I like taking the Terramander though. Let's keep up. Let's see if this small blue flyer start can work for us. Callous Dismissal would work as a tempo play in a deck like that, but I don't. Covetous Urge is interesting if we're going to be heavy blue and but although I don't see where this start doesn't seem like a control start. Although these are both pretty control-y cards if you think about it. But we could take like a Shivan Fire. But if I'm doing that, I should just take Callous Dismissal. Like basically at this point, given I've started tempo aggro blue, the Callous Dismissal makes a lot of sense for that. And if I'm going to add a second color over the dismissal, thank you for the sub. If I'm going to take something other than dismissal, it's got to be because like I really think it's going to work with this well. Like Celebrant might be correct, but I just don't see why I shouldn't take dismissal. It matches color and strategy of my first two picks. So and so does Blink in that way as well. What is Perilous Void? Yeah, so we could do like, how about aggro bounce? You know, aggro tempo blue. Strictly Cheese asks, why are packs 17.5 gems? That's the number I came up with under the personal assumption that I'm going to 4x all the rares, but not necessarily the mythics. And if you 4x the rares, 7 out of 8 packs are going to contain 20 gems, and 1 out of 8 packs is going to contain a card. That's the math behind that. But yeah, I'm going to, whatever. I don't know if this is going to work, but I like that everything I have so far is part of a very clear plan. The dismissal and the blink both support the Pteramander getting big early. Chart a Course is really great card draw for this, although I like the sprite as well. This is like a 2-for-1 here. Chart a Course is really something we want to do, but I think Hypnotic Sprite is even more perfect a card. Like this is a 2-for-1, but so is this. And this is a 2-for-1 that's like right in line with what I'm trying to accomplish here. So I think I'm gonna yeah, the Tempest Caller is interesting, but I don't think we need to clear the, like, we're trying to win in the air where the tapping everything on the ground doesn't even matter that much. But like a Trickster is interesting to me here. Let's get our, neat that we can take Trickster and not have taken anything over 2 mana yet. It's a fog. Can you flash it? I didn't think it. Yeah, Bleeding Edge is good too, but I don't see why I shouldn't take. I'm staying mono blue right now. Trickster is so good. I mean, Skyscanner is good too, but like Trickster is so good. I love Trickster. Skatewing Spy feels like win more. Like, I don't think we need this effect. Bodyguard is actually more interesting to me here than almost anything. We can take a plating. But I think it's Bodyguard stretching into red for possible red blue aggro, but plating is interesting. I almost went to plating. Here we just want a Lynx. This is what we're doing. Opt is fine. Banneret would be good if we did end up pushing the red a little more, but Frost Lynx is exactly where we're at. I need I bet I haven't looked at this list, by the way. I'm drafting this blind. But I assume that the Curious card is in here. Wow, Shock came around. So did Outburst, though. If we're going to touch on red, let's go ahead and take the Outburst. Surprised to see Shock here. Suggests to me that nobody at the table kind of fell into aggro red, which is very, very surprising. I also am very surprised to see Adanto Vanguard and Venerable Knight here, 2 great white weenie cards. A lot of weenie cards left in the pack. We're out of blue now, but we could grab even Makeshift Munitions might be if we end up red. Although we can probably squeeze an Amulet in here. Knight of Grace is is a reasonable spec too. I don't know. Yeah, we don't want Amulet in aggro. We don't have time to clunk up our draws with that. But Celebrant here, Kiln Fiend, interesting. Maybe Kiln Fiend just yeah, I guess we take Kiln Fiend as the better synergistic pick. If we do end up red, blinking, callousing stuff to clear the way for a big Kiln Fiend hit while setting up Pteramander, it could work. And Claim also could be part of that plan. Heavy blue, light red. I could see this. Nobody's interested in the red. We're not going to be using either of these or anything, but whatever, I'll take that. A little too downsidey for me to think we're going to include here, but seems like, gosh, we're in that one of those spots where the end of our draft is practically picking up a red deck. What do we got here for us? Scorcher says red's not bad, but let's take Cloudkin Seer here. Don't have a flyer payoff yet, per se, other than that flyers are generally pretty good. I note that none of the big blue flyers we passed came back, so one of our problems might be bigger flyers across the way, but we do have Blink and Dismissal to get those out of the way temporarily, and maybe that'll be enough, and we'll see about wheeling a Scorcher. Maybe that'll somehow work out for us. I don't know if we play that, though, anyway. But Cloudkin Seer seems correct here. Sailor, right in line with what we're trying to do. Runaway Together, Skewer in our splash color. Saheeli, not really. Fairy Vandal would kind of work, but Sailor is straight up what we want. And meme value. Hey, it's stuck. Is it stuck to you? Well, attempted meme value. Denied. Thanks. Thanks, Streamlabs, for breaking stuff that used to work. It's not always broke. Come on, mama. Not always. Enigma Drake could fit in with what we're doing, and we don't have a straight up alternative choice. We take Risen Reef and weirdly suddenly try to pivot towards elementals. Let's see, we've got what elementals do we have? That's an elemental. That's an elemental, that's an elemental, that's an elemental. So we do have some elemental stuff going on, but probably not better for where we're at than just an Enigma Drake. This isn't good enough to lean into a color we're nowhere near, whereas Drake could be fine. Chupacabra seems like the best pick in the pack, but we're not anywhere near there. Ooh, I think I like Light Up the Stage here. It's kind of funny, we're in blue, so I would want the blue card draw, but we're going to take Highland Lake to help stay. Maybe we'll just get the Highland Lake on the wheel, though. I think it's Enraptured, Light, or Weird. Yeah, but we're not necessarily spells. Like, I don't know how good Drake is here. You know, Kiln Fiend is just, right now, is just a maybe. Like, the thing we're definitely is blue tempo. So you could make an argument for Enraptured as the definite thing, but I love the card draw of Light Up the Stage. And if we do get into spell, like, we might wheel the Spells Matter stuff anyway. Here's a Guild Gate that I think I like. Even again, we're not really doing this is the thing, or it's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to be heavy, heavy, heavy blue with a touch of red. I'm not trying to be turn 2 Electromancer. Weird was solid. If you took Weird, I don't blame you, but I don't think you can blame me for taking a Light Up the Stage either. So I'm going to take Fixing. Yeah, I don't think Electromancer is quite where we're at. We're not trying to make big, expensive spells cheap, or even 2-mana spells, 1 mana, you know, to do those kinds of tricks. I think we are trying to cast cast our spells, and that makes me at this point want the appropriate fixing. Here I'm going to take an Insight over an Initiate. Kind of just like overwhelm them with card advantage and win with flyers. Caves is okay if I'm mono. Or this cave, do you mean? I don't want the red cycle cave. No, we're playing best of 3. BO3. And we might get out of there. I'm saying that's where I was. So in those moments, I'm going to, and Secrets fits that. We could end up with 10 permanents pretty easily. Dazzling also helps the aggro tempo thing, and Fire Urchin is a weakish payoff for spells, but I'm going to continue to take card drawing, flyers, and removal. I think that seems fine. We're going to be having some trouble with big stuff. We have Blink and Callous for huge creatures, but I might want to find myself some sort of blue. I don't know what kind of blue removal, aura-based removal is in here, but I wouldn't mind a tap it down, keep it down type of card for this deck to handle some big stuff. Sailor Means is all well and good, but we're taking the other Sailor here. We're going to be getting the 1-drop flying pirates going. Yeah, late Banishing Light, but we're not there. I like how this deck is coming together. I think with the lack of sweepers, again, it looks... I don't think we're running these right now. That's what I was thinking. But here we did get a Scorcher, so we can consider that. But really, this is an elemental payoff, and we're not doing the elemental thing quite. But there's nothing else here for us unless we want to take a possible Black Splash or a anti-graveyard sideboard. Maybe we take anti-graveyard sideboard. I think it's one of these two. Well, there you go. I let it expire on sideboard card, so I guess we got a sideboard card. That's fine. I guess we take Saheeli here, although I don't think we're running her yet. It's possible we get so spell-based that we swing back towards that direction, but I'm not there yet. But like between Enigma Drake, Outburst, and Insight, there are a lot of ways that we could end up definitely doing more of the Saheeli thing. Crater Maker, Prophet. Let's take I'll take Crater Maker. It's more removal. Prophet's cool and kind of synergistic, but Crater Maker is removal. Mana's looking good now too. Oh yeah, that's true. There are black weenie sweepers, so we could certainly get ourselves weenie swept around these parts. And yeah, fine, I'll take an Electromancer at this pick. These are interesting, but more for... I see these as heavy red, and we might even end up heavy red, but I don't see us there yet. Speaking of Planeswalkers, we could take Narset. We certainly have the non-creatures to find stuff here, right? We've got, let's see, 1, 2, maybe do we? Jeez. I take it back. 3, 4, 5, 6. We only have 6. Maybe Narset's not the card for us. We could take something like Lightning Strike, or Rescuer Sphinx is okay. We can bounce a lot of cheap stuff back and make a 4/3. I just feel like the Sphinx, if we're not really abusing ETB effects, like we don't have much in the way of ETB, we could bring back a Hypnotic Sprite again or whatever, or draw another card with a Cloudkin, but there's not much that we're like, yeah, bounce this and then Value Town. Narset, yeah, I'm going to go back to Narset and see if we end up there. Like, we have a whole nother pack to potentially get the non-creatures to make her very good. I don't think we're there yet, but we could get there. And the cost was a very good removal spell, but not insane. Conjurant is playable here. Narset can be a draw engine. True, if Narset was already a draw engine for us, I would have snap picked her. The problem is Narset is not a draw engine for us yet. And no, this isn't the Arena Cube. Here we can take Clamor Shaman to be more... Clamor Shaman or Conjurant to be more aggro creature based, or we can take Pyro Helix to try to lean into the spell thing. I think I'm going to take the Helix and lean into Spells Matter a little bit. We'll see if we can make Narset and Electromancer matter. And then, because if we can end up more spells, we can lighten up our creatures to just stuff like the Sailor and the Pteramander and the Storm, you know, just a handful of really good creatures that but we're mostly going for spell stuff. Like Fire Mage is interesting. Fire Mage can at least be picked with Narset. Narset can find Planeswalkers. But yeah, Tybalt's one of the important cards for red-based decks because it says opponents can't gain life. Yeah, we're at 15 seconds. I think the pick is Tybalt or Wizard's Lightning. Wizard's Lightning straight up, 3 damage. Although we don't have a lot of wizards, we might. I mean, I guess we have some. But I'm going to go with Tybalt on the don't you be gaining life idea. Exclusion Mage is another bounce dude. Like Anax, but not as important in a cube that doesn't have the rare sweepers. And I kind of like Exclusion Mage to continue just the tempo plan we have. Was Gutter Snipe in that pack? Yeah, I don't know, if it wheels, nobody else is in spells, so it'll probably, like, Gutter Snipe wheels when nobody's in spells. And we're the only one even possibly there. Well, here's a wizard. I don't like this. I don't want to want both blue and red on turn 1. It really makes for awkward mana. I think I actually just want an Evolving Wilds. Which is also awkward for, to have 3 tap lands in something so low curve, but I still love casting my spells. And Juggernaut, while somewhat on plan, not really on plan. I don't want to be forced to attack with stuff. I want to attack carefully in the air when the time suggests. I guess I have the bounce for it. I don't know if it wheels. Juggernaut just it was so underwhelming throughout Dominaria. Maybe that's impacted my thinking on it. But basically, through the course of playing Dominaria, I came to really think that, see how far Juggernaut had fallen. Skizzik, nah. What are we doing, though? I'm trying to be a little bit spelly. I want to be more spelly than that. That's... Dom Limited is more powerful than a hand-selected Peasant Cube. I mean, I know you get rares and stuff, but come on. A lot of stuff for us here, but I guess we gotta take Mystic? Can I just take all this? We really want all this, but I think Mystic with no 4s is where we want to be. Could Augur actually find us stuff here? Do we need Scaldron for... No, we've been passing all sorts of burn. I mean, we could take it now because, like, we passed all the other burn. But Augur looks at top 3. So you really need, like, 11 spells before you find stuff. I don't even think we're necessarily at 11 yet, but I don't think I want to play Scaldron or Act. So I'll take it and we'll see. Reckless Rage adds to the spell stuff. Rescuer Sphinx adds to the flying thing. But again, I guess we could start rescuing Exclusion Mages and Frost Lynxes, you know. But yeah, I think free Artifact Hate is probably the best thing here. Even though I don't want to be... Nah, maybe it's Reckless Rage. I'm going to take the spell, actually. And both of these do interesting things, but let's take... True, that card is not a spell, it's a creature. The graveyard doesn't count it. I mean, it would count... The casting of the spell would count, but as far as a lot of graveyard stuff, it would not. Lightning came back. That's surprising, but we'll happily take that over Daggercaster, which we hope nobody uses against us. Actually, let's do this. All right. Oh, and a Dragonaut's last pick. Sure. Well, let's try and make the spells matter thing happen. Okay, let's lean into spells and see what it looks like when we do that. Can't not play the Seer though. Probably not playing the Bodyguard. Trader Maker. Maybe we cut the Trickster in this world. Certainly the Initiate. This goes here. This we don't need. 29, 27, 26. So with 3 lands, this becomes 26. It depends on the cube, Organic Chicken. Most cubes, no. And this cube, no. Yeah, let's put Saheeli in this. Oh, Saheeli is in the side. Yeah, I gotta look at what side spell stuff is here even. Do we want any of those? 3 feels a little too thick. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 29, 24. I want to make 3 cuts here. 3 cuts. What are your leading contenders for cut candidates? Let's check Augur. Let's check Augur's count. Oh. I don't care if you see my deck. Chat needs all the help they can get. My arena name. There you go. Mama, you have to shut me up. You understand? Like, I can be shut up. But you all have to do it. Anyway, back to this. Maybe we can. I was going to count. Oh, I was counting. Counting Augur. I wanted to put. All right, we'll put possible cuts over here. So Augur has right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's actually pretty close. This is as close as Augur's gotten to play. But I think it's probably still a cut here. And I also want to cut more from 3. Maybe we could put Tybalt as a sideboard. Like, I love having Tybalt against life gain, but we don't really need him against not life gain. Saheeli triggers with him, and so does like Narset finds him, but it's not, he's not part of the spells matter side. 28, 27, 26, 25. So if we can cut 1, 3, I'd be happy with this at 24. We could also cut a 2. Like, you can argue that, you know, Blink is like a 4 if we do it right. But I still kind of want to find the worst 3. What's our worst 3? Is it secrets? Are we getting enough cards elsewhere? Double blue and only gets us 3 if we have a ton of permanents, and we might with like Saheeli and stuff, but maybe it's just cut secrets and get our cards from Insight, Outburst, Blink. What else we do? You know, Sailor can draw us cards eventually. Night Veil Sprite is, you know, doing card quality stuff. I'm gonna cut the Storm Tamer. Okay, this is protecting creatures, and what are we protecting? We're protecting Sailor, Pteramander, Kiln Fiend. Yes, maybe our creatures aren't worth protecting. That's fair. So yeah, we could go Storm Tamer and bring the secrets back. I could be convinced of that. But let's say secrets are on the chopping block. Storm Tamer, where'd it go? Oh, here, it's still out. There we go. Storm Tamer, and even like a Reckless Ray. I feel like these are my cut ideas. We need one more cut. 28, 27, 26, 25. Yeah, we need to cut one more. So maybe it's just all of these. I don't know if they create matchups. Who is battling me first? Make sure I have someone, then pair up. Links, yeah, maybe we cut links. All it doesn't fly. That's fair. We cut all those. Oh wait, no, right. That I was miscounting. Yeah. So we get boom, boom, boom. So links, Storm Tamer, secrets, and what else was being considered? Rage. Here we go. So. Right. Yeah, so we need to cut one of these, and I'm going to pull it. I'm going to cut whatever chat says, and then we'll get on with it. Rage for Reckless Rage. This is what we're cutting. We're cutting one of these. City for Secrets of the Golden City. Siren for the Storm Tamer, or Lynx for the Frost Lynx. What do you think we should cut here? Rage makes the most sense to me. We can bring it in against red creatures, and then it doesn't have a drawback. And we do have Pyrohelix and Wizard's Lightning, so we're not without an Outburst. So we have some damage. Oh, it's not. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Oh yeah, that's true. Our big problem here is that we don't have a lot of stuff that survives our own rage. Okay, I get the question now. I didn't read my card, so yeah, it makes sense. I think it was the correct choice either way. But well, either one drop removal spell you want to give me is probably the one to cut there. I like it. All right, we've settled on our deck at least. And is this enough red? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 red sources for a 9, 12, 7 is kind of our source split right now. 12, 7. Well, let's export this and then go take a look at the mana on Arena. Okay, where'd we go? Looks like I have some stuff to craft, probably from old sets or... Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar. Thank you, Smash. Wow, Arena's really clunking today. That was a long time to... One common wild card. All right, you can have it. I don't even know what it is, but you can have it. All. This is my joke name. We're gonna all strenuous all cards matter. Do you get it? Maybe Nantugo.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
That was for Nantuko. All right. So our deck looks fine. Let's get now. You wanted no sleeves. Is that right, Nantuko? Anybody claim? Anybody claim lands? Just trying to tilt Mama, I see. What do you want for deck box intangible? For lands, I'm going to presume some Theros action. We Dragon. Oops. We remember what that was. That was just an accident. Outburst. There we go. Oh, and then I gotta suggest the lands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 7, 12, 7. Is 12, 7 correct? Yeah, I think it'll do. It might need to be 11, 8. I'm gonna go 11, 8. I'm gonna go 11, 8. I don't want to get Mountain Flood, but we really want to hit our red. Avon lands. Oh, sure. Sorry. What do you think of, do you like 12-7? What do you think of the 12-8 versus 11, or 12-7 versus 11-8 question, or whatever the split there? I'm not sure about that one. The little things, you know? Arena seems to think we should be even slanted greater towards red. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. 12, 8. Oh no, I need to cut one of these, so it would be 11. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll do this. All right. I think I got everybody covered now. Let's see how it goes. It's definitely one of those two, I think. I'm just not sure which. Oh, sure. Apply styles. Right. Got to apply. Mama wouldn't accept it if I didn't apply styles. I don't know what got applied, but they're applied. Now, who is battling me first? I saw Haj challenge, I think. We're going to accept these. I'm going to start with Haj. Looking forward to playing one of my trusted voices over my shoulder on this stream. Haj is often correct with his... Oops. Must need to adjust the... Oh, are we there? Battlefield right and... Record 0-0. Format is correct. Unfortunately, we don't have a blue source on turn 1 for one of our 2 blue 1-drops, and this is the big problem of being choked on blue, is that you're held to 1 blue spell per turn. But we can do that. It's just not great. Awkward, but keeping. Let's get some sound here too. Great. More cheap blue things that we cannot cast multiples of at the same time. I'm going to go with a end of turn Sailor. And then we leave everything... Oh yeah, red was wide open. I wanted to be heavy blue, but kind of got forced into red by its sheer openness. This hasn't been working, but I'm going to try it. Well, see, it's stuck. I don't know why, but this means that Mama gets the a cappella version. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads. There you go. Let's see, we could actually go 1-drop, leave up Pyrohelix. That's kind of interesting, but let's start with an attack anyway. We could also just do the Seer, draw ourselves a card. Let's get the Seer and get a card. Yeah, got a land, got an island. That's great. Next turn, we could go Terramander, Storm Tamer, Helix if we want, but really probably just want to go Storm Tamer, hold up, Protection Mana, Helix up. Assuming we make it through with these 2 intact. Oh, these are Unhinged. They're my favorite basics, Nebula. That and like betas. My Vintage Cube has a selection of lands for people to choose from that include Unhinged and betas. More blue. Great. Well, let's try to drop a Tamer, see if it hits. It does. So yeah, now I kind of just want to protect what we've got. Enigma Drake doesn't even have any power yet. Starter 99 is pretty hipster. Well, what are we playing here? You want me to play a Terramander out? I mean, that's all we get, Kellerin, is a 1-1. I think you're just wrong. Why would you run a Terramander out? It's like our dragon. It's the thing that could win us this game. And if we just wait 1 more turn, we give up 1 point of attack power, 1 point of attack damage to fully protect it with a Storm Tamer? That seems just correct to me. And we could Pyrohelix the Cutthroat while shields are down. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. See, it feels less greedy. Like, we could wait for a second target, but let's not be greedy. If Pteramander were worth more immediate damage, Kenyon, I would be into that play, but I don't see doing it for 1 point of damage. Channeler was something I looked at one point, but it didn't make sense. Now we can get Pteramander, dismiss the Channeler, and have the Tamer up, and get the Enigma Drake to a point where it's actually a reasonable thing to cast. We could just also, you know, move in on our Sailor and try to get cards out of it now, but I like working our hand while we've got it, and then just tempo. Just tempo. Just sending him back a whole turn. What I mean, like, I guess I could put the Drake out instead, but I like using up their, like, whatever Hodge, like, this is a powerful card, and Hodge may have been setting up a proliferate turn this turn, and by setting him back his full last turn, while we got this army growing, and our army, the best parts of our army are protected by the Tamer, I just think it was a no-brainer to me to just bounce whatever they played. It's not necessarily about, you know, it's not about removing a blocker as much as it is disrupting what our opponent is trying to accomplish. Now our choice is between Enigma Drake as a 2-power attacker, or we could draw a card off Sailor. I think we go ahead and play the Enigma Drake and start drawing cards next turn. We also have Pteramander that we could activate here and just turn this into a dragon. That's pretty strong too. Yeah, let's just do that. We do, but also we go shields down with them at 2 life and us with effectively 3 lethal flying squads. You go shields down when you can't come up with how they would. Yeah, there's no wraths, so we're only going shields down. Like, what are we worried about? We're worried about deal 2 damage to all creatures, in which case the Pteramander still wins. You know, so I don't think there was anything going shields down could punish us for there. So we're looking at Hodge on a Bant concoction, Bant Flux Channeler, Bant counters. We could bring in some more removal for small stuff. Looks like he's trying to do, you know, small stuff. So I kind of like a Crater Maker in here. Potentially for what? Something like the Frost Links. Like we give up a little bit of tempo creature for removal creature. Might even be correct to just have this be that way the main deck. Kenyon and I on the same page about that swap. Let's try this. Yeah, I think if we had just ignored everything and drafted only red cards, we'd probably have the best deck in the draft. Kenyon, in these, I find in these uncommon common cubes, people are more inclined to go for the aggro red approach. Slesai, they got a mulligan this. We need to be getting out of the gate strong, and this hand doesn't guarantee it, so let's look again. This is much better. We're gonna keep and figure out what we're sending back. We have all our mana. I like the Hypnotic Sprite as a 2-for-1. Crater Maker seems great against what Oppo is up to. So it's probably, and we want the Mystic, it's probably one of these threes. Which is a better 3 to keep? This is a 3-2 in a sense, but I like keeping a mage because we've seen Haj really using creatures here in his strategy. So let's bounce some stuff. We can go turn 2 Crater Maker, turn 3 Exclusion Mage, and then decide whether we're holding up Mesmeric Glare or playing Mystic on 4. This is all, of course, assuming we draw the lands we need, but since I'm never punished, I figured that was going to happen. Darn it. Didn't find land, but we did find a Pyrohelix that we can pick off that Caryatid with, so let's do that. Try to slow him down on fixing and acceleration. Well, I say never punished, as I'm getting a little bit punished. But we do get a Storm Tamer, so let's do that. Woof. Stuck on lands today, or at least this game. We'll see if we can unlock this. Deploy is going to get us. But if they block with 1, we could choose to keep the Storm Tamer alive at the cost of the Crater Maker, but I don't even want it. Haj wins. You get our Tamer. I guess we could just play the Sprite. Maybe I've been silly not playing the Sprite, but now that we know they've got 1/1s, I don't even want to bother. I'd rather get the counterspell value out of it. But to be fair, I was thinking of this as a 3-mana spell and not even talking about it as a possibility last turn. Haj in the tank. Let's see if Screw beats Flood. Not that Haj is flooded per se, but I guess he is if these are lands. Blingy Sleeves from Haj. Come on now, deck. How about basic land of any kind? Any basic land you want. Ha! That'd be a no, Bob. Still don't want to bother playing the Sprite into a situation where it's just trading in the air for a 1/1 token. But to what end, Kenyon? Why? Like, now there's a reason to do it because at least, like, this is a 2/2. Like, this is a real threat that now we need to, like, trade for. But until this was a 2/2, I didn't see it. Yeah, but if we win, it's because this game goes long and we cast all this stuff. Now I'm gonna go like this. Yikes. Well, I'm going to play Electromancer. It turns on the Hypnotic Sprite spell and the light up the stage. Plus, you know, we can cast it, so it's a good reason to cast it. This is okay, too. Haj is a little bit low on cards. If he doesn't come up with anything amazing in these two cards, and we find... I asked for a basic land. I did. I did. But now, yeah, now I'm actually gonna... Now I'm gonna play it. I wasn't willing to trade this for 1/1s, but 2/2s are real threats to our life total that we have to face. I don't know if Banishing Light is spewy, if Haj is just trying to close this out before we get on board. But Exclusion Mage bouncing a token here is great. And I have to do that over, like, secrets. They might have counter, too. Let's see. Alright, good. Kasmina is strong. Gotta kill her. To that end, I suppose we could draw stuff that allow us to remove the wizard, and we could decide on a Kasmina attack. So I'm gonna say no blocks, and we'll see if there's anything we can do to get at Kasmina. The answer turns out not really, but we can Cloudkin looking for an island to play Terramander, and Cloudkin and Exclusion Mage both block what's going on here. Extra value out of Kasmina kind of stinks, but can't help that now. We could also threaten Kasmina and make him use the block. I like that. Sure. Save Kasmina. If you want.
My students are loyal geniuses.
Hopefully we see a land here, then it means it's... Ugh. See, when you see a quality spell pitched, you know that there's two quality spells. When you see a land pitched, you have some prayer that the other two cards are also land, you know? What's the cost on cube? I don't know. We're not paying for cube. The cost for this cube is free, baby. Well, good news is I like our spot in this matchup. Haj is looking like he's going to get away with this one, but... and I guess we can't even... Well, here. I want to try to leave two blockers for the flyer, but we don't have time. I think we're dead. But I love that we've put up even a good fight here. Yeah, we're not even dead. We're close to dead. Give us the old mostly here.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Oh, wait. Kasmina makes this rough. Kasmina maybe makes it dead. I forgot. Unsurprisingly, I've forgotten the passive on a Planeswalker. So we can't target... can't target the token. So we can play this and chump... Oh, come on, Arena. I'm trying to trash talk with Haj, and your stupid lag is totally screwing up my timing. So, do we want anything else in here? Oops. Let's see if it kept it. We could also claim, that's kind of interesting, although we don't have the sack outlets. Just seeing what else we might want to do, especially on the play. We could take Bodyguard. I don't want Trickster back. Trickster has some cool applications against flyers. Maybe even again over a Storm Tamer. I'm gonna try that. Woof. Ugh. Not great. We have a Syncopate on 2 and a Narset on 3, so I'm going to keep. Yeah, I should be battling until, like, it's 10:30 my time. Probably another 3 hours. 2.5, 3 hours here. Again, could just run out the 2/2, but with Syncopate ready, I think no. And now we're going to go shields down to Narset. And we could just hold up the Hypnotic, but I love getting Narset down here.
The past, present, and future. Hone your prowess.
I don't know the new mechanics yet. I'm very underinformed on the new set. I've watched the trailer and opened a thing of fake popcorn. That's it. No, there was popcorn in the bag, but there's also fake popcorn in here. See, there's paper popcorn in the packaging, but there was a bag of technically edible popped corn. How fun, Deck. How fun of you.
Keep an open mind.
Wow, that's a lot of options. Unfortunately, we don't have red mana yet, so we're probably limited to Saheeli or Insight, and I probably just want the Insight. Try to win a longer game here, but it's not the game we want to play, really. But I like keeping up 4 here. They know we have the Insight, so the Insight itself sells us as what we might be doing. But we do have Syncopate plus Trickster. If Haj attacks with a Channeler, we'll absolutely offer the Trickster for it. And back it up with the Syncopate play. And I love that, yeah, the Insight really set up this whole turn in the sense that Haj could not have read into any of our pauses with extra info here. And I love having the Syncopate in case Haj has something to try and protect the Channeler here. Ooh, but they can pay for it. Too bad. They get this one. But we found our mountain just in time, so let's just... I'm gonna burst this thing before... It goes shields down. I don't like giving Haj a full turn of shields down, but it feels correct here. Get rid of this thing, draw a card, and even probably just want that land over the Dragonauts here. We have a lot of card draw now with Chemister's Insight, so let's just make sure we can play our spells. Bloom Hulk is a biggin. What are we doing here? We have 5 total. We could get 6 untapped or 5 tapped. So we need to figure out what we're doing before we head into this. We can go Electromancer, hold up Insight. Electromancer, hold up Insight and Sprite. So anyway, we could all, yeah, I'm not getting light for cheap here. So I like Electromancer, Evolving Wilds, and then we have both Insight, Syncopate, and Sprite all up. I'm going to do this before I forget. And it's narrow whether we want 4 islands and 3 mountains or 5 islands and 2 mountains. 5 and 2 might be slightly better, but I might be overthinking this particular decision. I guess I'm gonna get another mountain. Interesting. The attack at Narset maybe means they're looking to draw some cards, but I'm not looking to offer my Electromancer for for that. So we'll happily take the fact we got Chemister's Insight and Outburst off of Narset. Plenty of flow through value from Narset. Curious if Oppo is going to draw a card right here. Maybe Haj is looking to draw something or just get the Planeswalker off the stupid board. Man, when I don't overthink a decision, Robert, that's when I get punted, though, right? New Horizons. I don't even think we care about that. I'm just going to let that happen in Insight. I mean, if the Hulk... You know, we got to find answers to the Hulk, so let's find answers to the Hulk. Like a Blink, for example. And certainly don't need the extra mountain now. We've only got the light up the stage, but I'm going to go ahead and attack and make that cheap.
Extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal.
My wife says she's making me fresh bread for my birthday.
Right.
It is my birthday.
Birthday. Da, 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 da. 21, you can't even go to a bar.
Okay, so we got we have 5 mana. We could have 6 or we could have 5. What we want if we go Murmuring Mystic, save Blink. Probably just want to, do we want to wait till the Mystic is out before we blink the Hulk? I think so. So let's go Let's go Highland Lake. And then we leave up a couple of counters and the Chemister's Insight. Let's do that again. And which... Did I get both of these land? I also didn't see what I got from the light up the stage. Is it 2 lands from the light up the stage? Oh, yeah, I could have... If I had not played the tap land, we could have done that. Oh, we still could. We still could. We can do Blink, hold up. We can do Murmur, hold up, Blink still. That's fair. So let's do that, and then we can do that if we feel we need to. Thank you for confirmation, Elgar, on what happened with my light. Yeah, Resonator. Thanks for playing, by the way. So if we... is an interesting situation. So obviously Hodge is going to go after our Mystic. Now we can save it, but if we do that, we can just blink. We could also blink the Banishing Light to save it later. I just don't want to lose to the Hulk. Yeah, we can bounce the Mystic and save it, but then we don't have any specific answer to the Bloom Hulk in hand. We got to go digging again. So, then again, we do have Birds for Days that we can block with, so let's do it. And actually, I don't even need to chump yet. Like, I'm just going to take the 5 now. We might find a better... We have lots of answers. Play this land. Go back out with Mystic. And Sprite says CMC 3 or less. Yeah, I'm going to still try and get something with the Sprite on the counter side, rather than... also, we have the Chemister's Insight ready to go. So we're just going to say no attacks here. If they send in the Skydiver... I mean, they've got Proliferate mana, so we got to be careful of that, too. But if they spend... If Hodge spends all of his turns... It's hard for me to pivot from my gender-neutral to gender-specific when I know my opponent. But, anyway... If Hodge wants to spend his whole turn proliferating off the Skydiver, I think we can do okay with that. Especially, you know, we got to draw to answers, but we have the draw power. And we've got 3 birds in hand, not to mention whatever spells this finds us. And I'm going to take this again. We don't need to chump yet. We have chumps for days, but it doesn't mean we need to start using them before our life total is legit threatened. The 5/5's a problem. We have answers to it. Primarily, I want to bounce it and syncopate it. That was my plan with the Blink. We just decided that saving the Mystic was even more valuable. I think we're 1-0, right? Did I won the first match? No, this is the first match. I won the first game, lost the second game, but this is the first match.
I may offer
Sorry, I was distracted by my record. I didn't even stop to think whether we should counter her. We couldn't counter her with Hypnotic Sprite. We could have with Syncopate, and I was on the Insight draw, but I might have been supposed to counter that. But also,
Join my cause.
yeah, proliferation could be a problem. Yeah, it's okay to let that go. It's not okay to let it go without considering whether we're being deliberate about that. I got a little distracted and just let it go without even thinking about it. That's what I don't like. And yeah, I think I would have. If I had been on my game and paying close attention, I would have countered that. I was a little distracted though. Pyrohelix, great. Fantastic. We can take down this Skydiver while the proliferation shields are down and get another burb. Oh wait, I can't do it. Can't do it because of Kasmina, forgot. We can do it on our turn though. Oh, Kasmina. Oh, passive planeswalker abilities. So smart of you, wizards. I mean, they're okay. I don't understand why they're so hard for us. We remember, like, if spells that opponents cast, blah de blah, was on a creature, I would just remember it better. What is the psychology behind how we forget these specifically? I don't know. I don't know. But now we can pay the tax, so let's re-up our commitment to Dead Bird. Dead Merfolk Skydiver, anyway. And yeah, thanks for auto-tapping the blue. Appreciate that. Deck. Yeah, I suppose Destiny Spinner does do it. Maybe we just do it on everything. And I don't want to offer the Electromancer for the wizard, so we're just going to send birds at Kasmina to keep her from at least being able to make another loot.
There will be consequences for that.
And we're totally going to get something finally with this Mesmeric Glare. Ugh. No, but we are going to get ourselves a Tatiova. So they've got 1 mana. We need to have at least be 2. Right? I'm not missing anything. I'll make it 3, just in case. That's how I play. All right, now I'm gonna start the chump train. Night Veil Sprite. Not sorry to see that. I mean, not the most powerful card we could draw, but being able to surveil on attacks here will be good. What did I do to earn your support, Nantuko? I don't know. I'll take it. I'm going to leave a bird back for chump duty. And I really want Haj to play something that is 3 or less mana here. Obviously, his deck is pretty full of that type of stuff. No luck there, but the chumping will continue. We got a long way to go here. Long way to go. I'm going to send in Sprite and Bird. Mystic blocks Keeper. Other bird chumps Hulk. Yeah, we could go for a kill, but we'll decide whether we're holding this any further after this surveil. Crater Maker, does that get us? It doesn't kill the Hulk. It kills this. I don't think the Crater Maker is worth it. I'm going to surveil that away. And Kiln Fiend actually threatens 4 power out of nowhere. Yeah, I think this Sprite is still going to get something. Hodge keeps casting 4+ mana stuff, but his deck is clearly full of... Yeah, there you go. 3 mana. I just knew it. Like, we just had to be patient. Hodge's deck is mostly cheap stuff. Now, Outburst is gone, I think. But it does hold back, because all snap block Fiend plus a bird here, so Hodge doesn't even have attacks right now. And we're going to add a flyer to the table. What do I have to do at upkeep? What stops am I looking to do? I don't understand what stop I need and why. I instinctively threw an upkeep one because True said so. But I don't know what I'd be doing that for. Cool. Let's start with Seer. All right, Pteramander is hot sauce. I'm just going to dump hand, but after combat. Definitely think we do need to just be sending flyers, all of our flyers in the air now, and leaving our ground stuff to be the chumpers. Someone was saying, yeah, War Furnace. Yeah, you're right. Electromancer and Kiln Fiend are worth less than our birds now. Yeah, I should probably leave an island in hand to continue bluffing, being able to make the Kiln Fiend big. We'll see if I can do everything I want to do and still do that. Pteramander for sure. And then let's activate now. And drop Sprite. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend. We're just getting it out there. I mean... so I can put stops here, 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 and here to pretend our island is something. We are presenting lethal. Well, the upkeep stop on my turn could have been anything. I don't know, Nantuko. Like, you're basically saying, since he might have sniffed out that thing earlier, why are you bothering doing anything? Because he might not have, right? Hodge says this is a losing line. Looks pretty decent to me, but maybe we just have to trade off for the Hulk and try to get there from here. Oh, first strike? Doesn't have first strike, does it? No. I thought I knew what that did. I'm glad. It does not have first strike. Has a lot of things, but not first strike. Yeah, we can triple because he's certainly going to take out the Pteramander. Triple prevents him from being able to use small creature removal or somehow to take out one of the blockers and prevent that from happening. It was low risk. There was basically no risk to that, right? He was going to take what he was going to take. This is what this is the callous dismissal that would have just won us the game. But we'll take it. This is fine. This is fine. Saheeli, you say? Sure, because we keep Saheeli, we play the dismissal, we make an artifact that we can turn into a 2-power flyer, and that just basically is like, so Saheeli is like adding another 2-power flyer to the board, so we'll keep her. Prison Realm on Mystic is pretty good. Non-land permanent. We could send the Prison Realm back. Of course, it would just come back down. So we'll figure out what we want to do with our dismissal here. And do we let him have a card? Giving a card seems risky. I'm just going to chump. Oh yeah, I should look for lethal. Sorry, we have, it's a sorcery, it's not an instant. But if we do this on our turn, bouncing this, and assume Hodge plays nothing else, we get 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we are presenting lethal off of the dismissal. And we even get, yeah, the token from Saheeli will have summoning sickness though, but that, it requires him playing nothing else. But if he doesn't draw something he can play, we win. So let's try it. And then if Hodge finds an answer to our lethal crackback, so be it. But he could have 2 lands right now, and this could be ours. And we're going to certainly put him to that test.
Behold, new wonders.
Hopefully Hodge is doing the lethal math and finding himself short. I do like that this play also leaves us with 2 chumps back. So if Hodge does have an answer to our lethal attack that makes it not lethal, we have 2 ways to chump the incoming 4/5. And just so. Yeah, we're still looking good next turn, but I'm glad we have the chumps to threaten the keeper from connecting. Although this Thopter could get in for a card. If Haj attacks with the Thopter, it's probably because utter desperation of trying to find something. But it doesn't even matter, Coolio, because if we had blocked, we wouldn't have had lethal. Like, if we had prevented him from making that draw, we also wouldn't have had lethal, so... At least we had a chance of lethal that way. Oh, man. I would love to see Wrath of God. Well, I wouldn't love to see Wrath of God, because then we'd have to face that Haj was cheating us in a casual game of limited on this. Anyway, we'll start with the rub-in Golden City. And now, what do we have in the air? One, we're not quite there. In fact, it's not rub-in, like we just actually need it. We're going to make another Night Veil Sprite. We're going to turn this artifact into a Night Veil Sprite.
Stop! I know how to stop you.
And now we hope it's enough, but if it's not, I'll figure out what to do with our other stuff in hand after the attack. Sounds like Haj says... that's a good point. True pointed out that one thing I could have done to ensure the victory and to just really tighten it up is actually exclusion mage the flying token in case that there was something I wasn't thinking about that could have untapped the flyer. So good call, True. We got there though, and great games, Haj. That was an entertaining match. I got I don't know if I'm just going to take people as they come, I guess. Yeah, I think Haj played it right. I didn't see any... Could have made the artifact into the dragon. Which one? Which dragon? Did I miss a bigger creature there? I thought I only had one power flyers. Oh, yeah. Cast the Drake and then minus, sure. Good call. We're going to keep this. Sure, we'll match Guide Mother with Storm Tamer. And I'd be willing to trade off here. When Oppo goes planes 1/1 flyer, and you have a 1/1 flyer, and you're a little bit more control-y, block. Be right with you. And Stalwart again. Yeah, we're totally gonna trade here because I don't, I mean, we have Callous Dismissal, so they're like stuff we can do, but I don't want to let this get a counter on it. Did I take Dismissal out? No. Oh, there it is. And we could dismiss now, but I like setting up a Syncopate here. Take 2 from the Stalwart and make sure we snap off any full mana play they try to make here. Oh, did I take Dismissal out? No, in fact, drew it the turn we won. Potentially playing around our Syncopate there, but no worries. I like a Callous Dismissal here, setting up on the Stalwart, creating a 1/1 that the Bodyguard faces, and then, although let's just... Trouble is if we do Saheeli, we don't get any value out of her. She just dies. So yeah, we're going to dismiss the Sunhome Stalwart here. Oh, I did cast it. Okay. I don't know. I assumed Haj was right. I knew I saw it in my hand at some point. We could be in trouble here, boys and girls. Good spell response from Arcanite. And leaves us way on the back foot with not a lot of answers in hand, honestly. That's fair, Kenyon. I played the land when I was thinking about Saheeli, and then I changed my mind, honestly. Yeah, I was saying aggro in common, uncommon cubes. I find that low-down aggro tends to be the best way to go because you just get... there's no sweepers. There's no rare sweepers. Here, what are we doing? Can't hold up Pate. Gotta go ahead and light the stage for no cheapening value, looking for answers to the aggro we're facing. Yeah, Saheeli in speed bump mode seems not correct here. We can do that maybe next turn, but we're gonna light and hope.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
And, you know, could be enough. We Dragonauts at least bounces off Courser. Well, for now. Stalwart's going to make this rough, but they still bounce off. I mean, not much else to do, though, right, Nantuko? I mean, I don't know what your play is. I think we lost when God's Willing countered our interaction. Gonna have to get there in games 2 and 3. My assumption is they wouldn't attack, they wouldn't suicide a bodyguard into the 1/3, and that Pegasus and we Dragonauts will be bouncing, but we'll see. So now, both of these are 2, so that block is the same either way. We can take 3 attacks and go to 2. This presumably dies, and then we survive next turn by going bounce, chump, and then we, chump. Like, we could technically survive. Trouble is we don't give ourselves many ways to come back out of it and win. That being said, putting the Electromancer in front of Daxos or Sunhome is just a chump, and we can just do that next turn instead of this turn for the same amount of life savings. So, so we should not bother with a chump. That's my breakdown of this, but it also means that, yeah, we're in really desperation. I don't even know if Helix does anything for us. I mean, Helix is a 2-mana kill spell, and if it's our cheapest, then I suppose so. Don't we have a shock? I thought we drafted it. No, maybe it wheeled, but we didn't draft it. And we did. Wasn't playing around any kind of pump. We couldn't beat any kind of pump. If anybody had some kind of line that has a possible out to winning there, okay, but I think we were just... I don't think we had any cards in the deck. I don't think we could have stacked our deck and done anything about that. And let's see, with those, I should make this change permanent. I like the Crater Maker over the Frost Links. We could do Tybalt in this type of deck since they are looking to come down on the ground and possibly have some lifelink. I think we bring in Tybalt for this one. But what is chumping there do that chumping a turn later doesn't do, Nantuko? I'm not. This is where my brain has not yet overcome the heuristic in place from what you're saying. My heuristic is this chump is going to represent the prevention of damage at some point. If I do it now, I have no options with it for potentially surviving next turn. If I wait till next turn, I still have the chump that I had last turn for the same amount of life change, but I have a creature out to think about possibly surviving with. But that's my heuristic. It may fail under certain details of that situation. I'm just explaining what my heuristic is. Yeah, that's a reasonable cut. Right, but the point is, if a ground attacker of the same amount of power was going to be coming at us next turn, I still don't hear anybody telling me what the difference is of blocking that ground attacker a turn later as opposed to the turn there. So I don't know. I don't want to bring in an initiate. I don't think that's quite right, but this seems okay. We could bring in our own bodyguard. If there was only 2 ground blockers, if there was only 1 ground attacker, and then we would have had 2 ground blockers, then there you go. Then that's the thing that gets my head over my heuristic. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying my brain hasn't gotten over the heuristic yet, and I'm trying to figure out why. Juggernaut. I also don't like Juggernaut, although, yeah, no. I think this card is just not. No. Yeah, I like Trickster a lot. What would you take out over it? Maybe Saheeli's a little clunky here. What if we did Trickster cut Saheeli? I like that. Saheeli was way too clunky. Saheeli was like, hold on a second and I'll get some... Hold on, just wait. I'll make some token... Wait! Ah! And then we're dead. Yeah, I was considering the Rage, too. I like this, though. This looks good. Show them how it feels. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads. Hello, daughter. That's my baby girl there, Katoon. Helix killing the Stalwart plus Terramander seems just fine, although we could also hold up Sprite for their next play. Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar. Thank you for the sub. Oh, gift sub, nice. Yeah, I'm gonna hold up the counter. It literally will get whatever their next spell is, so that seems pretty good. And yeah, we'll go ahead and protect our sailor. It is indeed my birthday. How old do you think I am? Here, I'll do a poll. Do you think I am 22, 28, 34, 39, or other? Those are your options. This is where I get to see who I like and who I don't like. All right, this is a pretty sweet turn. We get to Helix the Stalwart, which I want to do now. And, well, actually, I'm just going to Sprite. I'm going to save Terramander and Dismissal, whatever. We'll just Sprite now and go. $12 people for other. I turn 48 years old today. Oh my God. Who did that to me? And why are you like that? In my head, it's 22. In my head, I think of myself as like 26. I think I've been 26 in my head for 20 years now. I've heard that it's basically true, Fenor. I was telling a friend of mine that I still feel like I'm in my 20s, and he's like, "Yeah, I was reading that never stops. You're gonna be 87 in your head. You're gonna be 26." So now Drake on 2, Insight for card draw. I guess we go attack and Drake. Don't need to attack on the ground here. Could also just be drawing cards, but we're out aggroing white, so let's just keep doing it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can Insight to increase the Enigma Drake. And then we can attack with everything. So yeah, if we Insight, let's attack with everything and then Insight if there's no action from Oppo. We could, at most, we lose our 1/1. Like the 1/1 is the block they have, and it's... All right, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we Insight to threaten lethal. Let's try. Right, the 2/2 block is forced, you're right. Peace is asking how long the sealed cube is going to be available. I don't know. This isn't the sealed cube. We're doing our own thing. Guess what, Peace? This cube will be available for as long as Heroku app or some other equivalent site is available for us to draft on. White weenie. Anything else we want? I mean, you take claim the firstborn, although I like that on the play better. I think we're fine sending this back. That's my daughter for you. That's my daughter for you right there. Can't wait to be 21. Not so that she can drink, but so that she can karaoke in a karaoke bar. We'll keep this. So, last game, game one, I traded off my Storm Tamer for a Guide Mother. I don't know if I trade a Terramander for it when we have a Dragonauts setting up to be a potential blocker for it. Here's the thing, though. If Oppo goes Plains, First Strike, Mentor creature, then we don't even have we don't have blocks on it. So even though this is kind of one of my big finishers, since we're on the draw and against aggro, we are going to try playing it here. Well, if I'm not planning on trading it, why not play the land? Because I might want to attack back. I mean, we want to. Last time we won by out aggroing Kenyon, so certainly I'm not going to not play my 1-drop. I mean, I guess you could call that a 1-drop, but yeah. I'm gonna take the block because I really don't want a mentor creature making that 1/1 impossible. Cool. So now it looks like we can drop the Guild Gate, and Dragonauts at least threatens to hold the Aspirant back. It doesn't fly for a while, but it's 2 power. I'd sure like to stop a 2 power thing from coming at me every turn. And we're going to do that here. Next turn, we'll drop a Kiln Fiend. Maybe we'll find a 2-drop to do something along with it. That would be nice. But basically, I want to set up Kiln Fiend with Chemister's Insight, threatening to take out the Conjurant. This suggests Pump or Trick of some kind, but again, we're not really like I'm in a spot where I want to trade for resources, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this anything. I mean, I'm going to do this and trade it for anything. Ugh, flooding at the wrong time. But we will try and set up the turn I'm talking about. Really sucky to have 3 islands here, though. We are too low to the ground to be able to withstand 7 lands in our first 10 draws or whatever. But isn't holding Wii to pump it better? I don't know. I was feeling quite under pressure there, and I'm certainly glad that we got Pride of Conquerors out of their hand with fewer creatures. I don't know if that was the perfect play, but I thought it was all right. Here we have to wait now, and we're going to try and pluck off one and block and kill the other. Glad you like it, Alpha. Yeah, well, we're gonna try. We're gonna start here on the. We're gonna start by lightning on the Guard Mage, and also the lack of attack from the Aspirant suggests that this is safe. Suggests it. We'll see. All right, so they protect that, but we do get the Kiln Fiend trigger and a Dead Conjurant, so I'm in for that. Them scrying to the top, though, not the best. Hypnotic Sprite blocks here and leaves us an Insight, so we're going to have to do that. They topped, which makes me want to keep the Insight to counter, but we cannot counter, we cannot Mesmeric, Glare, and Insight, so we're going to play the Sprite for no counter value to try and threaten to trade for the Aspirant and then find an answer for the Guard Mage off the Insight draw. Yeah, it would sure have been nice to snap that off. I just couldn't see going to 3. War Furnace wanted the Insight main phase. That's fair. We could have found something to do on our main phase potentially better than the Sprite. But I did like having a, mana up to threaten their strategies this turn, all that stuff. So... and an Insight, we get a draw 3 here. Draw 3, we can probably find some answers. Right, deck? 3 cards? You're being a little persnickety about it, but I suppose technically that's an answer. So, we can send the Guard Mage back, but they get a card and a life for the recast. For the cost of exactly 1 point of damage, we can bounce the Courser instead, and have them get far less value out of it. However, what does that do to our clock? We bounce this, our clock is 1, and then we go to 3, they replay this, and 2. We bounce this, they attack, boom, boom. Then it does give us 1 extra turn on the clock. No, the life does matter, Kenyon, right? That's what I'm working out here. If we don't find any other defenses, bouncing the Elite Guard Mage gives us 3 turns. And, yeah, but you saying the card matters, but I think the card matters less than us having a full extra turn. We gain life from the... No, that's just a... No, it's not the life gain one. Yeah, we might Insight now, but also, like, Blink... Insight draws us 2 cards. Blink draws us 1 card and affects the board. So, effectively, Blink is a better play than the Insight first, I think. And 1, 2, 3... But we can't Blink... We can't kick Blink and Insight. So we could draw 2 and hold up the unkicked Blink. And what do we have at 3? We have Narset, Secrets, Tybalt. Enigma Drake would be a decent draw at 3. Exclusion Mage, Cloudkin Seer would not be a good draw, unfortunately. Crater Maker doesn't get anything here. Sprite blocks the... there's some stuff, but not amazing. Okay, let's Insight, since it does leave us with the Blink option. I'll pitch an island, even though I don't think... we could probably just pitch the lake, but I'll pitch the island. All right, we did draw a flyer. We can go lake and flyer for the Courser. And then we have Blink for the Guard Mage next turn if we need it. Last time I played Magic with Katoon, she was, I think, 8 or 9 years old. So now got to go for the main phase. Blink of... This is where... Yeah, I guess we gotta blink the guard mage. Oop, whoa, 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 whoa. That's not what I wanted. Pyrohelix is good. We can take out the Courser with that and continue to dig for another answer for this thing. Courser plus Sprite Block is what I mean. I mean, Sprite Block, although they might not even bother attacking here since we have the clean block. Kat's never really been a big strategy gamer. I mean, I don't need to speak for her. She's right here, but she's always been the D&D type over the Magic the Gathering type, if you know what I mean. I think attacking with the Sprite is maybe a little crazy. Crater Maker, great. Okay. I don't know about great, but it's some options. Yeah, but I want to block. I know, but then we're at 2 life because then they attack us with the Courser. I'm treating every life point as precious here. That's rough because we can't really... I mean, I can Helix it or whatever, but they just pay the life. That probably puts this match in the books for Archon. This is what I wanted for our deck. I'm really annoyed that we didn't get it. When I opened on oops. Where'd my game go? Did I just accidentally scoop? What the hell just happened? You saw I was just trying to click and look at it did I just scoop my game? Where'd it go? I'm gonna try quitting and coming back in and seeing if they rematch there. That's really annoying. I'm going to count that one as a loss if this doesn't get me back in the game. I think we were just dead there, but I got to remember that. Apparently, if a challenge comes in at just the right time, I can accidentally hose my entire game. Entire match. Lucky that happened right at the end of a match. Okay, good. Not out of it. But I have no idea how to get back in that game other than what I just did. All right, where are we? Pass. Oh yeah, we were about to be dead to the Vanguard with nothing much to do about it. So then we're going to do this at least, which... Oh, that's flying. So... we have to do this. And then let's take out the Courser. Well, it's not... It's we're dead in 2 turns, but we can survive the turn at any rate. So let's do that. No, we're not dead. Until lethal is coming at us, I say...
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Oh yeah, I could go to their face. It doesn't really matter, but yes, I should have gone to their face with 1 point. We're gonna lose next turn, so I wasn't really thinking it too much through, but yeah. Vanguard would have been the correct play for one of those points. I acknowledge the error of not having them at 22 instead of 26, or at 27 instead of 23 when we die, but it doesn't really matter. All right, well, Outburst is trying to make things interesting. Let's continue. Sure. Arcanite got me. So now I think I'm 1-1. I got Haj, lost to Arcanite. There was no path to victory there. We just could buy one turn. GG Archangel, great deck. Good work. A bunch of lands, but we were debating. There was something we were talking about that led to that. Oh, also, we had a arena error and I had to restart. So the super long tank at the end was because I needed to restart my client because it screwed up. One lander, and we do actually have 2 plays, but it's not good enough to keep here. If you could show me literally a mountain on top of our library, I would keep, because then we'd have Chandra's Pyrohelix and the light up the stage to make these things shine. But without knowing exactly what's on top, we got a mole. And here we'll keep this and ditch an island and hope to find our mountain for a seer by 3. And there it is. Oh, we might have timers. Well, I guess we're timed. That's fine. I'll just remember that we're timed here. I'm going to dismiss. It creates a 1/1 that then blocks the Rage Hound on the way back down and sets this aggro deck back. I like the cleanliness of this board, I gotta say. I'm getting bread from my wife and brownies from my daughter for my birthday. How about I will get you pretty soon after I stream, and let's bake the brownies here. Let's make the house here smell like brownies. You like the Orzhov sleeves? Woof. All right. That's harsh, but we will worry about that next turn. Malf is stuck on land and doing quite well for themselves with only 2 lands available, but we are going to go ahead and outburst here, I think. Yeah, we could also secrets. Now let's outburst, get this 4 points of damage off the board. And yeah, I'll take a light here for some extra action next turn. You're not wrong, Mama. I'm a lucky man. I'm going to go Electromancer Secrets and try to find a 5th land that way. Got there, and we even found a spell to cast with it. Oh, I could have lit, but I like Pyrohelix here on a Gruul deck stuck on 3. Or stuck on 2. Likely we can, yeah. I was gonna say we can probably pick off anything they play and then do the light on our turn next turn. Yeah. I don't like ovens here. I like my oven. Red-green aggro crush. Again, I should probably just have this in the main over the Frost Lynx, although Lynx not bad, but just not the best for what we're up to. The other thing I've been doing is like Saheeli for cheaper interaction, which again kind of works for me here. Maybe I should just be making this the main deck. This is drafting a Peasant cube. No rares or mythics, and it's a viewer-made cube. And we're going to keep this and get an island off our wilds, and then any land kind of starts setting us up for the rest of the game. How is this happening? Great, we found our third land. Love it. No play for turn 2, but I'm more concerned, more happy, more like just yay, we got our third land. That was the big deal. And they didn't play anything yet, so we're going to drop a Dragonauts. Thank you, Garrus, for the sub. I appreciate that. Rage in the cage. We're going to Exclusion Mage. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, deck. We're going to Exclusion Mage the Regisaur and then light up the stage. To the extreme, I rock the mic like a vandal.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Oh, yeah? Kenyon says candles can't chump. My only regret on that whole meme is that we didn't use Footlight Fiend as in the meme. Look it up. Look at Footlight Fiend and tell me that a candle can't chump. That's what the card is made for. Well, Oppo not giving us anything to do. I guess we just leave up Insight and Outburst. We could dismiss. They're just making us lose our dismissal, but that's okay. If they're not doing their technicalities, Kenyon, I got you. That is a chump candle right there. Bounce the mage, what does that do for us, though? I mean, we get to... I guess we could bounce... Yeah, okay. That happens. So if we bounce the mage now, we give up 2 damage next turn, but basically say it's a free use of a card that's going away. But is it a use we want? You know, are we actually getting what we want out of that when we could just draw cards or kill stuff? Well, how do we get secrets? We bounce the mage and... Oh, right, because it's 2. Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I didn't like the play because I didn't think we had another follow-up, but I miscounted mana. And since we can play the secrets, then that's fair. I didn't like it if we didn't have another follow-up play, but we do. All right, good thing we're not actually trying to counter much here. We're just trying to bounce stuff that already hits. And I like that we get to go Spectral... Everything we have is Flash, except for the thing they know about. So we just get to send in and have a whole grip full of stuff we can do at instant speed. Did I miss a meme? Did I... Oh, you mean the sailor? Gotta play it first. So whenever it attacks, it deals damage to any target. The outburst is not enough to kill it. So we're just going to have to eat the... we're going to lose our zombie army. But then we can bounce it. Yeah. Nothing we can do about it. So the big concern, though, is like if we play Sailor and don't have an answer to it, Oppo can pick off the Sailor if we play it. So I'm not going to play the Sailor. I'm going to Insight here, and we'll see. Although that's interesting, but it gives us... that's an outburst target. But it's not that important. I'm going to start with the Insight and see what we draw. Okay, that's pretty interesting. That lets us do something about the Regisar. It's a 2-for-1, but we can do something about it. Oh, I saw Lee. Tell Lee I'm gonna come say hello at some point, but that he shouldn't be competing in my time slot. Oh, I know. So we could Sailor here, but again, not going to be the best for us. Let's just untap. Okay, now this is interesting. 7 total mana. If we are Electromancer, we have 5, but things are cheaper. And with cheap, we can do like a Rouse and a... and this is a wizard, so then our lightning becomes 1. And then we can Rowl and... yeah, I think we start with an Electromancer. And then decide, because we could also Exclusion Mage, but then we don't have that available. We have Crater Maker with 1. A lot of options here, so this is kind of blowing my mind. One thing we can do here is Crater Maker, but then actually the play we're really going to execute is Trickster plus Lightning. So I'm going to do that. I'm gonna do this, and looks like, and we also have Rouse Outburst and at instant if we want. But we also have Trickster plus Lightning at instant, which I like here. I want to get rid of this Regisor, and then we can drop the Sailor and start drawing cards, and then I don't think they can win. Rhythm is pretty annoying, but it does cost them a whole card. So they're looking to get a whole card of value out of this, and over the course of a game, they very well might. Okay, so now let's see. It's a fight, and it's going to be 6. So can we? Still not enough. We could go. Actually, we could. We can go Crater Maker, Lightning, and then it all trades. Do we want to do that for everything here? For all the marbles? It leaves them with 2 cards and an elf, and then all this grip. I think we do. How do we kill it in response? I don't see a kill. Oh, I guess we go Crater Maker Lightning. Yeah. Crater Maker Lightning kills in response. We'll do that. So it's a 2-for-1 instead of a 3. It's the exact same play I was intending. It's just better for us than I was calculating. They can come in for a big attack here, but, ooh, okay, we got the Helix that can take out the Elves. We got the Outburst that can take out the 3-3, and then we just bounce the 3-3 and try to block the 4-4. Yeah, this is all fine. All fine for us. Like helixing. Well, actually, we might not need to do the elf. We might rather have like Helix plus Outburst to kill the Herd Caller. So I'm going to actually just attack with our sailor, leave everything up at instant speed, and go from there. We even have an extra island to work with, and everything we have in hand is instant. So what do we think about this herd collar and what we're trying to do about it? I kind of like just neither of these two matter much now. I like putting these here and making Oppo do something. I like getting the discount off the Electromancer, but it's not essential. Although we do need to remember that if they don't do anything and we go to blocks, we need to cast our cheapened spells before we lose the Electromancer. But that's what I'm gonna go with. And one nice thing, we can Pyrohelix the elf at 1, lose the Electromancer, and still have Outburst or Insight before the end of our turn. Okay, so they're going for that. We're going to match the 2 damage we would have gotten from the Electromancer into the herd collar. And it all basically works out. I certainly like where we end up. And we get a Pteramander? Yeah. All right, we are crushing it now. How about this? Is this achievement unlocked? Pteramander to 5/5 for 1 mana? I don't think I've ever done that before in limited, even though it's cube limited. Oh yeah, I should have kept the land to pitch the Insight. That was a big mistake. Maybe not big. I'm just being cocky now because they're so low on stuff, but I absolutely should have kept a land. We had in play at the time Goblin Electromancer, cheapening our stuff. Oh yeah, I can Sailor and still get the Insight, but not. We don't have quite the mana for it. Let's see. Are they fighting? They don't have the Adamant, but we can't. Kill it anyway, so they do get it, but we'll get a draw off the Sailor at least. Trickster doesn't stop it from working though, right? I mean, Trickster doesn't do anything. Yeah, drawing burn would have been... Wow. Still looking good here, though. We could block and, Trickster that thing away, but I don't see the need. Yeah, maybe I should have just tapped it for the lack of an attack. But this is okay. Yeah, Kenny, you're right. I was being silly. I don't know what I was... It was that, oh, I got a Trickster, I need to be tricky, but that didn't really do anything. And now we got to decide whether pitching something to Insight or not. I think with this 2-turn clock here, though... Yeah, but I was doing that deliberately. I was punished capo, but I wanted to make my dude a 5/5 while shields were down and not get into any response wars with Oppo. Maybe that was being too conservative, though. Now let's go Storm Tamer. And I actually like holding Insight in Sprite here. Oh yeah, we can't counter anything, so just play the sprite, or we could insight with it. I guess more attackers is fine. More attackers is good. Make them beat this on one draw. That is decent, and maybe prevents the game win here, because Sir Kara can pluck out that 2-1. But I think we can prevent it with Storm Tamer, right? Counter target spell or ability. Yeah, so we just counter it with Storm Tamer, and we have the goods. Yeah, not pretty, but got there. Good game, good game. Who's next? Thanks for everybody hanging out today. Appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who is drafting against me and waiting in the wings to play. Appreciate your patience. I hope you're battling each other for some fun while I stream here. We'll keep this. We get a mountain off the wilds into a 2-3-4 that doesn't suck. And thank you for the cube, Magnet. This is Magnet Man's cube, by the way. GG Archangel, you got me. Or did I get you? Who got me? Somebody got me. I got you that time. Who's the one who got me? Let's see. Might be too fast for him this game, says Oppo. I'm gonna attack in and offer up an insight-based kill of the Slimy. Let's see. Here we can go Lake. Storm Tamer still have a Syncopate for 2, which is pretty strong. I could do Syncopate for 3 up if I don't play the Lake. But I think 2 should be enough to get whatever they might do here, so I'm going to do it this way. I think Oppo should have left, should not have risked Slimefoot. I think it depends on their hand, though, right? Maybe they needed to force that. Yeah, Island also would have kept Chemisters as an outburst, so maybe I shouldn't have played the tapped land. But this is kind of what I expected to happen, that we just pick something off and it'll be fine. Drake on 2 already is solid. Does not give us any of our other spells, but we can protect it with We can protect it with Storm Tamer and then get going. Next turn, I will save this land for the Insight, I promise. Well, I promise to try. I shouldn't promise. Shouldn't promise this ancient brain remembering anything. Just ask my daughter. Look, I'm winning and losing a lot. I can't remember who I'm beating and who I'm losing to. Okay, see, I almost did it. We could go Saheeli, and then... We don't have... I kind of want to get Saheeli down, though. And I kind of want to change my deck to take Saheeli out. Yeah, if we play Saheeli, we need to play the land so we can still outburst. Saheeli's going to be okay here. I don't know about great. But we outburst Renata for sure. Narset, you say? Oh yeah, we can update that cube link at some point. Cloning drakes will indeed be solid. Oppo agrees and doesn't want us to do it. Let's Narset and look for a little action here.
There are so many mysteries. Hone your prowess.
Well, take what you can get and don't throw a fit. Do we want to use Saheeli on anything here? I don't think it necessarily makes sense to bother turning this into like a Storm Tamer, so let's just save Saheeli counters for now.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Well, we could play out the lightning, but I like waiting for Mystic. Do Mystic Lightning next turn. We've got one wizard and... Oh, this is not a wizard. So if we lose this wizard, we could end up not being able to play... Although we even have it... We have Mystic Lightning even without a wizard. So let's wait on that and see if we can get something with this Hypnotic Sprite on their turn. And yeah, I don't know if they have anything else to counter in hand, so we're just going to take what we can get off of the counter spell, and we get a servo out of it. Saheeli is doing work this game, but to be fair, it's the first time Saheeli has done work this event for us. Mystic. Yeah, that's the correct mana for the Mystic. Yeah, let's turn... Oh, yeah, that's the combo, right? Oh, that's a combo. So we'll do that here. Target artifact becomes a Mystic.
You will not dissuade me from battle.
And now we're going to try and lightning the Omnivore, and Oppo gets to choose whether this lightnings the Omnivore or the Druid, but either one, we're fine. We could go face, I suppose. I'm just eternally on board control. Oh, I didn't even look at what Narset has for us. Let's blink. And... Yeah, I'm not even gonna blink now. We'll save the blink for when they replay. And yeah, I'm even going to Sprite now. I don't know how many cards Secret was, Capo, but it didn't matter to me. Blink to clear the way for an attack was the most important thing to keep. You can. You can load the cube as a single deck. So, Saheeli finally did something. Maybe she's saying, don't bench me, bro. But what do we like against Golgari Control? Golgari 2-for-1s is what this ends up being. I guess we just want to keep going hard and fast and cheap. Early stuff to kill. There's a Greenskeeper, but it's 3 toughness. Druid is hexproof. So I'm just saying I don't see a lot of things that Trader Maker actually kills here. And we probably just want the ability to block saps on the ground. That might be worth it just for that. But maybe we don't worry about blocking, and we just... Maybe I bring in a Trickster for the Lynx again, but we leave Saheeli. What do you like? What do you want Tybalt for? Trading with saps? Trading, chumping Omnivore? What does Tybalt do? Cube Cobra does look like it's a little bit of an upgrade to Cube Tutor. I just don't have my stuff there. All of my stuff is on Cube Tutor, so I keep using that. But I might try to move my stuff onto Cobra and see if it's an improved experience. It stops some life gain from Saprolings, but I feel like it's not going to be the thing that matters. I'm going to run it back like this, but I will ask myself if we prefer Saheeli or Tybalt if we find Saheeli. Because that's what I would have done. I would have cut Saheeli and brought in Tybalt if we were to play Tybalt. So here we go. We get to find out if we would rather have Tybalt in this game. We're going to keep open on an island. And then that gives us Trickster or Helix next turn. And actually, we're going to go with Trickster because it's an excellent play here. Oh my goodness, I hope we get it. Come on, fall for it. Come on, let's get him. Nope, they figured it out. But we're not going to not play this. Yeah. Good no attack. So on this turn, I like Enigma Drake, so we're not going to play the Evolving Wilds. We could also play Saheeli. She's reasonably protected. We could trade with the Death Bloom and take 1 on Saheeli. Then we play a Mystic, and then Pyrohelix creates action for Saheeli and the Mystic. I'm into that. If we do this, we get an 0-4. I'm going to play Saheeli.
Today I craft my victory.
Oh, that's too bad, Hat. When I was on Arena Team, the max deck size was like 1,200 or something. Or it was at least 400. I think... Oh, maybe we put it to that. I think we used the possible eventual printing of Battle of Wits as the thing we used to set the line on deck size, so 250 makes sense. All right, I was hoping they didn't have removal for our creature. Puts Saheeli at major risk.
Is destruction your only art?
Oops. Misclicked clicked away from my screen. Okay, so now we have Mystic, or we can go Helix, Hold Up, Syncopate. What does that get us? I mean, Saheeli's going to die either way. We could, if we play the Enigma, we don't have anything with power to threaten these. So let's go Mystic and accept that Saheeli's going away. Really, I've found I've played a heck of a lot of Battle of Wits decks in my day, and none of them were over 250. Helix, Hold Up, Syncopate protects Saheeli? How? Saheeli was at 1. Did I? Are we thinking of different things? Are you talking to the turn before or something? I don't know. But here, obviously, wilds, nothing else to do. Yeah, but then the one... Oh, right, because I make a 1/1. That's fair. I forgot about the creation of the 1/1. I'm okay with this, though. I was okay with that play. It made a lot of sense to get this going. In this case, though, let's go Drake and Pteramander and see if we can somehow find a way to stabilize here. Although we could also... I could also Helix and have Pate ready this turn. Maybe that because we're not blocking with either one of these. I guess we could block the Thallid with the Drake. But I think I want to take one turn to use our instance here. So I'm going to pass. Prowler at 3. We can't even force the counter, but we can Helix the Death Bloom. So I'm going to play our creatures here. He's got us on the Syncopate read anyway, so he's going to be playing around it. So let's dump our dudes and see if they're good enough. Lifelink is rough. We need an answer to Lifelink or we can't win the race, but we're going to take the Death Touching right now. Well, that's not going to help, is it? Maybe it helps because we can actually make a... It's funny, last game we spent 1 to make a 5/5. This game we're spending $1 million to make a 5/5. Sadly, though, we're still not winning the race against a Vindictive Vampire and a Leyline Prowler, but I'm not going to block with a Pteramander either, so I am going to send it. Like, I don't know exactly what our path to victory is here, but it starts by attacking with your 5/5 flyer and seeing if we draw out of it. Draw some of our cards, card draw and removal, and we have a chance. That's our desperation play, Kenyon, but I'm not willing to make it yet. Not willing to go desperate. Are we dead here if we make this block? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they get 6 on the drain. So yeah, we'll take this. And then next we can start blocking the vampire. But mainly we're looking to draw, frankly, a card draw spell. And that's not going to do it. I like our chances in game 3, though. I think our deck is well positioned against this one, but we're not going to get it here. I'm going to move on. Ooh, there's a point at which you do that, but right now I'm going to cut the Syncopate. Since he's playing around it anyway, we're on the play, so I like Frost Links. I like to be proactive with Frost Links rather than reactive with the Syncopate. And I'm now wondering if we shouldn't even like bring in like a Hijack. Well, trouble with Hijack is that they're making saps, and so ends up getting too many chumps. 4 damage might be an important damage level, but not really. Looks like they go to 5, and there's a lot of 2s and 3s beyond that. So I think I like that one change to... We could also bring, like, Bodyguard is more aggro. But again, I like our air plan against all those saps on the ground, so I think this is fine. And there was the Tybalt question. I guess we could consider Tybalt for something. But I still don't love Tybalt here. I don't know what it's doing for us that's better than what we've got going on. So I'm going to run it back like this. The devil kills X2s, but that's the thing. We saw a lot of X3s and a lot of Saprolings, Mike. That's what I don't love it. Yeah, I can 2-for-1 saps, but is anything X for 1 against saps? They're Saprolings. They got them for nothing, you know? I'm gonna mulligan this. We need more. We need 1, 2, 3. We want a curve out, not 5 lands and some 3-drops. Well, this is not the curve out I was looking for, but we got to keep it. We do have... If we get rid of the Evolving Wilds, we keep 2 lands. We get Lake into Island, and then we can Sprite into Stage to rebuild our hand. So this is the most aggro we can be with this hand here. But I mean, like, Saproling tokens off of a Slimefoot are endless free value, but like even a token from, a Tybalt is half a card, right? Nice draw of the Night Veil Sprite. We're going to go with that as our first play here. Fantastic draw. Ooh, yeah, we're going to keep that right on top for the light up the stage coming.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
And I'm not going to mess around with waiting on a counter for this. I'm just going to get aggro. We're going to get a 2-power flyer in the air. Gotta play Saheeli now if we're gonna play her at all, but we could also just forget Saheeli and go for Blink of an Eye into next turn Narset Callus. Are we locked into it? What, you know, you could make a strong case that, and maybe we should attack first and then decide, so let's do that. But I don't think it's a no-brainer to play Saheeli here. But let's attack and figure it out. Chemist's Insight certainly says go for it, play Saheeli, right? So we'll keep it. Yeah, we had 3 triggers in hand. All of these trigger Saheeli. And yes, Saheeli could even get knocked down to 3. Maybe I should have kept back blocking, but I'm trying to be aggro here. And I'm happy that if Oppo wants to spend all of their turn getting rid of Saheeli, that's cool.
The world yields to art, not oppression.
Exactly. Saheeli is mostly about the passive. It matters somewhat. Like, you do want to turn your servos into cool stuff, but it's not the most important thing. And here we're going to dismissal. This gets us 2 creatures. So let's start with dismissal over Narset. And then we have blink at the ready too. Although we could blink and draw. Blink and draw or just dismissal. I like getting both sides of it. Yeah, we could have just put Chemister's Insight and have, like, drawn a card, but we actually get to draw 2 cards by drawing it into our hand. Blink and draw? You like blink and draw? Alright, I'm in. And we want to send their expensive thing back. And now, maybe I will keep the sprite back for blocking the Death Touch. I wanted to... we needed to draw a land, so I was definitely doing it on our turn, so why not main phase? We could chump. Well, that's the question, but also if they have removal, we can't chump. So I'm going to play it a little bit safe and... save both of those things. Now we could keep that to protect our flyer, but our flyer is actually that valuable here. It's pretty cheap though, and slots into our turn. Like, we can, the nice thing about keeping it, Kenyon, is that it's cheap, so it fits into our card draw slot stuff in. I'm gonna keep it because we need small, cheap stuff. And yeah, I was a little loose on how I approached my my blinking there. We could have attacked, scryed, and blinked. A little bit loose on my sequencing. I get excited. I'm gonna try to get the trade here instead of the chump. And now we can, like, dismiss the Omnivore and Narset. Let's Narset with the dismiss plan. I'll save the Storm Tamer for right now. Although, again, let's think through the whole turn, Ryan. Are you attacking? And if so, do we want that Surveil before we do any of this stuff? And the answer is probably yes. So let's swing for Surveil and then really figure out our turn. Land is not bad for us, but it's, and let's see, we're gonna dismiss. How are we drawing? But if we do dismiss Narset, the land doesn't matter. We're not gonna see it, so it doesn't even really matter. I guess I pull it from the library. It's Surveil, so it doesn't go to the bottom, it goes to the graveyard. And it does give Narset one more better chance to hit, as Mike points out.
Mind and body should move in unison. You cannot see the thoughtfulness
Helix.
before action.
We'll get there eventually, but right now we're going to dismiss the Omnivore. Probably Helix the Enforcer. Although if we can trade with the Enforcer, we could Helix 2 tokens as well. That wouldn't suck awfully or anything. Let's we can do the attack first again, but this is a case where I think I'm going to go ahead and do the Narset draw first, because it may determine whether or not we want to make a sprite and attack with 2 sprites. So I'm going to start with the Narset activate, see what we find.
Meditate.
Secrets of the Golden City. We definitely have the 10, so we can draw 3 here. That's pretty powerful. Yeah, sorry, I can move to my other scene too that lets you see my walkers. Oh, I thought it was -1. Yeah, I should read my creatures. Never mind. I was thinking the tick down on Saheeli was 1. I don't read cards though, so you know how that goes. Let's go with the... So we draw the city and then we still have 3 after that. That seems good. Exclusion Mage seems good again. Almost doesn't matter on that attack now. You want Cloudkin, Exclusion Mage next turn? All right. I played a ton of Saheeli, but that's how long my memory sticks. Cloudkin Seer as a 2-power flyer is decent for us too. Might give us a win on making something a 2-power flyer with Saheeli. We're going to go ahead and offer the trade-off here, though. Yeah, Saheeli's having her match, that's for sure. Hasn't done much in this event so far, but is crushing it this match. Beanstalk is pretty good, but I think we have the tempo for all of this. We could even, we're close to just being able to, we could actually just kill this thing if we wanted and make a bunch of tokens, but there's no need to. Let's just send it back for right now. And yeah, let's get rid of this vampire that's so annoying. And then just Helix the Enforcer. I'll swing all and then Helix the yeah, post combat, and then they don't get a blocker for our flyer. I think it's still worth helixing the creature because we get rid of a blocker, although they replace it with a different one, but not quite as good a one. Half helix to the face made sense to me. But it is true they could be at 6 with 1 blocker instead of 7 with a worse blocker. So get rid of lifelink, make a flyer, win game. 1, 2, let's see. Actually, just kill flyer, win game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll just kill flyer, make flyer, win game. Yeah, we get here. You want to get fancy play about it? We do it this way.
I know how to stop you.
Only want to attack the flyers, don't want to give any lifelink. No, oops, I didn't mean to do that. It should still be okay, but I was trying to not attack for any lifelink. We'll put it this way. That's how fancy it was. It was so fancy I gave him the lifelink. All right, I think this is going to be my last match. I know I'm not getting to everybody today, but thank you so much for drafting with me and playing. For those of you who have, this is going to be our final match of the stream. Then I'm going to go enjoy my birthday day. I'm going to mulligan this, though. We want a higher density of spells than this in our aggro tempo deck here. That's going to be kind of better, but I'll keep, but I don't love this. We got to ditch a 3, I think. Got to keep our 3 lands. Although we're probably drawing a land. I'm going to be greedy. I'm just going to be greedy. We need a mountain anyway to really be happy, so let's send an island back, and I'm never punished, so we'll draw a land on time, no problem. See? And here we're going to start on Saheeli so that we can make counters with Narset. Although, and then next turn we can do, and she won't be under any pressure.
I love a good challenge. This should be fun.
Ooh, and now I guess we'll go with, oh, Mystic only is instant sorcery, so we could do, but that does use our most mana, so let's do that. Thank you, Lenny. Typhon. Can't get through the Mystic. But since we have action and no land, let's go ahead and blink it, look for a 5th land, and also get an art. Once we get the servo out, we can start doing Saheeli minus servo, copying Mystic, and being stupid. So that's the plan right now. So here's what I'm talking about. We're going to go Saheeli minus, turning this artifact into a Mystic.
Some lessons.
And then we're going to Insight, looking for cards, so that it'll trigger both of these. I guess with the Helix, we tap all of our islands and look for any land that at least gives us a Helix possibility. There we go. If adversary attacks, we will chump and burn. Mind Stone, you got it? Auto tap is F'd you unless you have something else to do with your 4 mana. That's not a bad thing to do with your 4 mana. But it's not that great against us, honestly. We have, we're pretty go wide in our tokens and whatnot, so no biggie. All right, same trick, although what are we casting? I guess we got the Pyrohelix this time. I'm gonna start with turning this into a Mystic.
Do I have your attention now?
And then we're gonna send all this stuff. And we can pitch to an insight, but let's get Narset going now.
My prowess is on keep an open
Nothing
mind.
from Narset. That's too bad. I'm going to go ahead and drop the Tamer. Gosh, and well, Saheeli with no pressure is amazing, but Saheeli with no pressure and Murmuring Mystic is just, again, stupid. But hey, look.
All right, everyone, chill.
Don't get to do the Saheeli trick anymore, but we can check with Narset and then kill the Chill.
So much commotion. Hone your prowess.
I see what you did there, Mama. And I respect the cube builder for putting all of our memes in here. Very nice. Thank you, Magnet Man. What do we like against this? Green, blue stuff. Green, blue stuff. We do have an Icy Manipulator there. Didn't we get that artifact, dude? Or maybe we changed and got something else. We don't have anything that says artifact on it, do we? Not really. Oh, Crater Maker does. You're right. But wait, because that's weird. I look for artifact, but it's got the word colorless on it. Very good call. We'll bring in the Crater Maker for the links on that strength. But I think we run it back otherwise. Trickster turning off like the attacking Death Touch would be clever or whatever. But I think this is just good. It's a little bit heavy on the land for us, and we have no pressure, but the Syncopate plus Light plus Chem, like, this is such great card draw, and we can counter something early. I'm going to keep this. I mean, if we have to Light on 3 for no cheapening, we can do that too, but ideally we draw one of our 1-drop flyers or whatever, and that's pretty good, but in the meantime, gates and tap lands and counter stuff. Oh, Kavu, not bad. We could go Crater Maker, but I think Crater Maker will get its Kavu at some point. I'm going to leave up Syncopate here. And yeah, we're in counter anything mode on the Syncopate. Electromancer. I'm gonna go Electromancer and not block. Potentially next turn we can connect with the Electromancer and get the cheap stage, and we still have. I still don't worry too much about this Kavu because we can Crater Maker it out of the way next turn. Bronte is some real business though, and we got lucky. Never punished. Who's on the never punished team? Right here, never punished. We get Crater Maker for the Kavu and Wizard's Lightning for the Brontodon. Oh, Brontodon is not enough though, so never mind. I was thinking it was 4/3. So hold on. Not exactly as amazing as I thought. We got to figure some stuff out. I guess I like Crater Maker, leave up Lightning and Crater Maker activation. Let's do that. So I'm thinking, I'm tempted to just trade Crater Maker for Brontodon here, though. Right? I mean, well, we can do that. We can try to take down the Brontodon, or we can do the block kill. I guess block kill makes sense here. This is still a wizard, so if they play something 3 toughness, we still get them too. Run away together on that thing. It will still bounce our wizard, because that's how that works. But I think we go ahead and take out the Kavu here. It's a little rough, but yeah, I can't let him get that back and make the 5/5 is one of the big deals there. Here we got to plan out the turn. We can go Electromancer Light and still play the Lake. Let's go Electromancer Light and see if we get lands here. Where'd you go? Me and my memes. I can't find anything.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Yeah, we can play the mountain here and still get all of this next turn, so let's do that. I'll make this trade. We'd be trading, we're 2-for-1ing for either the Brontodon or a trick in hand, but with the Insight coming, I'm okay with this. Yeah, let's Helix and see if this even lands, and then we'll know if we want to block or not. There you go. We learned not to block. Ugh. Well, we're definitely playing this island, and I'm going to main phase an Insight in hopes of finding some action. We do have double blue spells, though, so I want to do it this way. Or, actually, you don't need to do it that way. Right, wait. We've got... I still want red. Dink. Then this is how we'll do it. There we go, perfect. Also, we can... So we can do a Kiln Fiend. Yeah, I like Kiln Fiend now because then we can try and Kiln Fiend with an Insight to take out the Brontodon next turn. Really getting worked over on the lands here. I guess even at this point, I'm just going to play an island and pitch the lake. Doesn't gain us life, so may as well have maximum available mana for this play. We have to trade with the 2/3, say. I think let's let him attack, let's insight, and then we'll decide. I don't think it's necessarily true that we have to trade there. But this will certainly tell us a lot about what we need to do. Narset will help us find some action. So we have basically any other creature combines to threaten to double block there at least, but not really. Like, that's the thing. We have more answers in hand for 3 toughness, or in deck. We have a Rouse Outburst. We have, well, that's it, I guess. So there's the Rouse Outburst that makes an argument for killing the Brontodon here. But it does give him an immediate card, and it's only, there's one card that could make us regret not taking out the 4 toughness over the 3 toughness, and this draws them a card. So I'm convinced we will trade for the card drawer, but I did want to check and see what our outs to the various 2 creatures were. Okay, secrets, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 gets us a secret draw 3. Callus is fantastic. And we can secrets even before we Callus. With a Mystic, you can make an argument for waiting to Callus, but I don't know if we necessarily have the time. So I'm not going to be greedy here. I'm going to bounce the, well, this is the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess this is the thing that can actually start getting us for the most next turn. So let's make them recast that. And then actually we do have, if we want it, Sailor, Army Token, and Electromancer to take out the Brontodon. But we will, if we're chumping, we should attack. And this ends up being able to stonewall the Brontodon. So this is an answer to the Brontodon. So let's just attack and chump for 1 turn. And then maybe we can get chumps in the air for the Skatewing Spy off the Mystic. And if the Sailor survives, we get to draw a lot of cards too. Snap block. We want another draw off Narset for sure. Skatewing Spy on the follow. Mind Stone, not the worst for us to see. I'm gonna try, maybe it works on this one. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
Contain your rage. Put thought
Nothing.
before action.
Bah. Not what we wanted to see, really. However, we do get a Mystic down. That meme is broken right now, so you get the acapella version. I think in this case, Skatewing gets big. And what does it do? I think we need to draw off the Sailor here. rather than accept the Dragonauts. I'm going to attack. I suppose we have 1 mana plays, so maybe I should draw now in case we draw another 1 mana flyer we want to play, like Terramander or Siren Stormtamer are still in the deck. So yeah, I'm going to draw now. Yeah, 2 mana spell with Electromancer is also possible. Good call. Fortunately, we've got the 2 mana creature, which does not get cheapened by the Electromancer, but okay. We want some instants. Then we can put a Dragonaut in the air and potentially do some. I guess we get... So we're going to do this, this, and this. And now... we have a chump, or we can draw and decide to gang block, depending on what happens from here. And I guess we do it now. They don't know what it's going to be. And if it's a 1/1 flyer for us, we need it for the blocks. Now that we know we are not going to block and kill, we're going to chump. And what do we want to chump with? Probably the Night Veil Sprite. Nothing to attack with those, bottom line. Well, whoops, I should have attacked with a Sailor, sorry. They should be at 14. I like having everything else back, but Sailor should have gone. Maybe this makes him worry a little bit that we do have the goods to get him on blocks. All right, they are worried enough to not. That's great. So now I'm going to main phase draw again. Terramander is a bit of all right. It gets to be a 5/5 right away, which attacks through the Skatewing Spy. I'm going to cast it. 6 mana left. We can have Saheeli plus Hypnotic Sprite plus Counter Magic plus Terramander activation up. So we're going to do that. No attacks this turn. The Sailor can't even get through the Spy this time, so we just say no attacks. And... well, we do first. Yeah, I don't have draw mana now. We could counter that. We'd be countering card draw. Do we care? Thing is, we might not be able to counter anything else. Yeah, I'm going to counter it. Gives us 1/1s and prevents them from finding an extra card. We've gone way shields down. This would be a time for them to try and get Terramander with like a fight card or something. I mean, they're playing blue-green, so I'm not expecting reach out and kill, but they could fight. Reach out and punch is pretty possible here. The servo... oh, that's interesting. That's really super interesting. Yeah, permanent 5/5. Nice, Hida. Yeah. Because what we can do is turn this into a Terramander and then actually adapt them both. And then when this stops being a Terramander, it'll still have the counters on it. All right, couple big flyers. No problem. We're going to send a servo at them. See what they think. Also, we can just outburst the Rescue Sphinx to start here. So let's do that. Oh wait, no, sorry, hold on. We want to do. Oh yeah, we're gonna copy the. We're gonna be copying the Pteramander, so it doesn't matter. We're not gonna make another Mystic, so we can rouse Outburst now. If we find another instant, we can also make the Dragonauts big enough to kill the Spy. Which would be another option. We could have just made one of these servos a Dragonauts. Oh, now they're just dead, right? They're pretty darn close to dead here. All right. Well, I don't know if y'all are rooting for me these days since I'm doing nothing but playing chat, but I will adjust this record and say, whew, still beating chat at about an 80% clip. You know, as long as I stay about 80% against chat, I'll feel pretty good. GG's. Thank you so much for playing with me. I'm really enjoying this. I get to play with viewers. I get to stop and chat without worrying about the timer. And we get to cube draft in pod against humans on Arena. I am loving it. What a birthday present for me. Happy birthday to me. 4-1 victory against chat in an MTG Arena Cube Draft. I could not be happier. What a lovely, lovely feature to have for us. It's really changed the way I can stream and changed how much fun Arena is. And really, you know, we can thank the Heroku app, which I do. We wouldn't be doing it without that app on that website. But really, I do want to call out that it was Wizards' decision to offer up 40-card challenge decks that allow all of this to happen. I mean, I guess all along we could have been doing like 60-card limited. That's kind of interesting. Like if they hadn't provided this 40-card challenge, one of the things we could be doing is come up with like a 4-pack cube draft where you run 60 carders. But what it's done is unlock our ability to custom cube. It's insane. I love it. So yeah, they probably had to do it for Worlds, and they're okay with it because it chews up wild cards to do, but it's really allowing us to get unlimited play value out of Arena, provided you have some wild cards, which we do, and it's been fantastic. So whether it was an intentional gift from Wizards to give us this ability or a sad side effect of something they felt they had to do for another thing, we're going to take advantage of it, and I'm going to keep doing this at least until the new set's out and have fun with cubing. What you might want to do, hey, if you got a cube, an Arena legal cube you love that you've been trying, let me know. We'll give it a shot. We can try some other cubes this week. Anyway, thank you, YouTube friends, for hanging out. That was a blast. We'll see you.